first we got 12 volt deep cycle marine battery here. We got a battery disconnect switch here. It's just a simple on and off. Make sure that's disconnected whenever you're not plugged in and not using it. And if you're gonna tow it or be plugged in or using it, make sure you turn that back on. And then we got one 20-pound tank here. It's just a simple on and off on the valve there. Nothing to change over. The tongue jack here, you just have on and off with the light, up and down with the jack, and then you will have a crank handle that goes through the top here to crank it manually, just in case it ever failed on you. Just got the inside of the compartment there, got the griddle inside there. Freshwater drain here, this will fill up the fresh tank, take that water with you if you didn't have water service where you were going. If you did have direct hose connection, you would just hook the hose up here, turn it on, that gives you direct pressure to your lines inside there. Then there is a valve on the bottom there that drains out the freshwater holding tank. Just drains the water weight out so you don't have to haul that weight with you. We got the water heater here. This will be a 6-gallon propane or electric. You can do those separate or together for the fastest recovery. It is auto ignition on the propane. It's all controlled from inside, except for the electric element. There's a little on and off here for the electric, and then the propane switch is inside. Got the drain plug. The anode rod is pulled out right now because it is winterized, so there's no water in it at the moment here. Put this guy back on. Got the furnace vent, just gonna vent heat out of there, make sure nothing flammable or meltable in front of that while it's running. And then cable satellite connection here if you had a full site hookup with TV service available. 30 amp power cord will plug in right there. And then the 30 amp cord is in the back compartment here for you. That'll be 25 feet long. Got black and gray holding tanks down here. These are color coordinated handles. Black and gray. Black is sewage from the toilet, and gray is wastewater from sinks and showers. You always want to drain the black first and follow it up with the gray. That'll kind of help rinse everything out of there, out of your hose and stuff like that. So you got a fully walkable roof. We got the ladder here. You want to make sure you hop up there about every 6 months. Check the roof, make sure it doesn't have any splits or gaps in the seals. You are pre-wired for a backup camera as well if you ever wanted to add one later on. That model is always on display in your vehicle. Full-size spare tire there. And then you'll have a countertop and griddle that mounts onto the track here. It just slides right on from the side. And then you have a propane connection here that will connect to the griddle that feeds off your front tank there. And that'll give you your gas from the tank up front there. Black tank flush here. This is a rinse system to your sewer tank. This is something you want to utilize after you've dumped that tank out on the other side, and you make sure you have your black tank always open and emptied first with the hose hooked up. Then you can go ahead and put a garden hose on this, and then it'll spin and rinse inside the tank. It helps it from falsely reading on you. There's a little spray port here too, a little quick disconnect like a air hose fitting. That's gonna have a little coil hose that goes on there to give you cold water spray over here. Got a cable antenna output for a TV outside here, some regular outlets there, some outside speakers up top there, a little porch light, and a little hood range vent flap above the stove. There's a little flap there to pop open. And then we do have a starter bucket in here that'll have sewer hose and water hose in it, and then your griddle's inside there. There is a bit for the jacks here. They're 3/4 inch, so if you have a drill, a lot of people like to use their drills for those. There's a little light inside there as well. Go ahead and put inside. Got the solid steps here, those pull on down. You got the little pins here, you can extend or retract your legs if you need extra height or less height. All the switches here. Got your slide room, awning extend, and slide room in and out here. And then the light switches there. Alright, and there's also a solar controller that's just going to allow you to monitor the charge going into the battery. Not much to do with that guy. The radio here, that'll control the inside-outside speakers. Got a little TV over there too. And then 2 sets of keys are hanging on the sink handle here. All your owner's manuals and appliance information are up inside there in the cabinet. You have a manual light stove here, so you're just going to turn your burner on here and light it with a lighter or a match. You also have a convection oven microwave, so you can bake stuff in there as well. You'll have your converter down here. This will have your breakers and fuses in it that handles your battery charging. All your fuses and breakers are labeled on the top side here. And then a 12-volt only fridge, so this will be on anytime the battery's on. There is a power button on the top, so you can turn it on and off if you didn't want it on. You also have your thermostat here that'll control your furnace and air conditioner and set the temperature inside here. There's a little propane gas leak and carbon monoxide detector down low there. And then the bathroom here will have your monitor panel under the sink there. You're just going to push and hold on these buttons here. They'll indicate empty to full on the levels next to it. You have your water heater gas element switch here, and then the water pump switch. You only need the pump if you fill up that tank and you don't have water hookup. You'll just click the pump on to have water. And then there's a little crank up vent fan here, a little crank and a little fan switch, a little light switch here. Pretty basic stuff inside here. And then under the bed there we got a box that'll have some accessories in it here. So there's a little trash can, some crank handles in here, and then you got your countertop for the outside and the coil hose that goes outside there as well as the propane hose. So all your crank handles and stuff are in there. And that's about it.